Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2, and this video is a little bit more professional than the ones I usually make here on the Texas Gun Vault 2 channel, because I want this to kind of like be a behind the scenes deal. You know, this is where I talk a little bit more candid. I'm not really using a script. Well, I never really use scripts, but I use bullet points, so forth, in my range reports. But I wanted to talk about what it's like to be a YouTuber and give you guys some advice on how to be mature and not make yourself look like an idiot or a jerk when you respond on the comment section to YouTube videos. You know, when I did a couple of range reports recently on some Ruger firearms, man oh man, did I get the people that obviously did not watch the video and asked me stupid questions or said stupid things. I'm not calling those people stupid, but it's just they didn't watch the video, because either I explain my thoughts on whatever the question is they're asking, or maybe they just completely missed the fact that the guns were on loan to the channel, and I mentioned it like 3 or 4 times. I thank Jack for lending them to the channel, and I say, hey, my good friend, that let me borrow this, and I say, hey, if I owned this gun, this is what I would change or what I would do. And I mention that throughout the video, but apparently they don't catch any of that. And the Ruger people come out in force. Now, I gotta say, from my perspective, I don't really care what guns you shoot, what guns you own, and what you like or don't like. It doesn't really bother me. I just produce range reports and content from my perspective. Sometimes I will make a video on a gun that I really like, and it's a very cheap entry-level gun that maybe other people don't like. I like guns that a lot of people don't, or other people don't like. And there's guns that I think are pieces of junk or don't work well for me or don't fit my hands or whatever that other people and a majority of other people like. But you know what? I pride myself on not just being just one in the crowd. You know, I warn people in a lot of my videos, don't have YouTube gun heroes. Don't follow and just do what everyone else says because that's what everyone else says or does. Think for yourself. You know, if everyone says this new gun on the market is the greatest thing since sliced bread, and you go out and shoot it or buy it and go, it's not really all that good, well, don't hide your opinion. Just be honest. You don't have to be a jerk about it, and I don't think I'm a jerk in any of my videos. I say, hey, this might be the greatest gun for you, but for me, it's not. And here's why. And I try to lay out through logic and reason and give examples. I show video. I say, hey, I don't shoot this gun well. Hey, it hurts my hand. Hey, my hands are too big for this grip. I don't like the controls. I'm used to this, or whatever my issue with the particular firearm happens to be. And many people, I guess, needing to feel like they are either defending the gun or defending their purchase, or maybe it's a fact that, okay, I review a lot of very expensive guns, and I own a lot of very expensive guns that I show off on this channel, okay? I'm very fortunate, and I fully admit it. I'm very blessed, and but I know that not everybody is in that same situation. Maybe somebody just owns 1 or 2 guns, and that's all that they want to own. They're not collectors like I am. And they go out and buy the Ruger LCP Max, which is what we're going to talk about here in a very particular comment. And it's an affordable gun. It's an entry-level gun. Other people like it, okay? And so they think, well, I own this gun. I need to go out and watch a review. Maybe they need to validate their purchase because they didn't buy the Glock 19 or the HK USP, or they didn't buy a Zev or whatever, something expensive, and they want to make sure that the $400 that they spent was well spent on a high quality, amazing tactical firearm that suits all of their needs and is the greatest gun ever, and somehow they're pulling the wool over other people's eyes who have more expensive guns. And that's okay, because everybody wants to feel good about their purchase. And so they go out and look at reviews of guns they already own, and I guess they'll come across mine, and maybe in this case, I didn't have a positive review. I think I lay out my case well, and I even say, hey, this might be the perfect gun for you. And that's it. I'm not a jerk about it. I don't tell people you need to hate this gun or don't buy this gun. I just say it's not the one for me. Here's why. If you're in the same situation I am or have the same taste or same tendencies, then this might not be the one for you. Go to the range, rent it before you buy it. That's all I'm saying. Just be an informed buyer. Well, I get these comments all the time, and pretty much as long as people don't curse or call me a name, I let the comments stand, okay? So I try to keep my channel G-rated. Essentially, I don't allow cursing or people to degrade me as a person, okay? Not that it bothers me because, I mean, look at me, I'm a dork, right? I've been made fun of my whole life. So it doesn't bother me. I just try to keep the content and the comments on my videos as G-rated as possible. I don't catch them all because there's just too many. But I got this comment from a fellow named Bob Haynes, and this is on the range report for the Ruger LCP Max. And he says, wow, really? Sell the damn thing and get you something else. So, in the first couple minutes of the video, I say this is not my gun. It's on loan to the channel. And obviously they completely missed it. And throughout the range report I say, hey, if this was my gun, this is what I would change or whatever. So they completely missed it. So obviously Mr. Haynes did not even watch the video, but he's going to criticize me. And so I respond to him, wow, really? You obviously didn't watch the video or lack the basic comprehension skills to have even seen the part where I thanked the local subscriber for lending it to the channel for review and stated this was not my gun. Good job. You make yourself look silly. I like people that come to my channel and have intelligent conversations with me because they've watched the video and have something productive to say. I know that not every gun that I like you're going to like and vice versa, but maybe you can change my mind. You know, you can come in here and go, hey, you said you had this problem, and people have done this on other range reports. Hey, you've had this problem with this gun. And, you know, if you hold it differently, or maybe if you change out the sights and do this, or you use this ammo, you'll have more success. Oh, really? Well, I didn't know that because I was shooting this grain 9mm and you're telling me to use the 147 grain. It runs more reliably or it feeds better. You know what? If I get a chance to go back and shoot it, I'm going to try that because maybe I missed something about it and I appreciate you telling me the information. Well, obviously this person is just being adversarial. And then he replies, really, thanks. From now on, I will watch a real gun reviewer. Ooh, that hurts. Actually, no, it doesn't. This is just a hobby. And for some reason, people think that just because I put out content on YouTube that somehow I'm a professional. I don't have an FFL. I don't have an SOT. I'm a music teacher. That's what I do for a living. I literally work like 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day. I'm always doing something. This is just a little hobby. I come out here in the garage and now it's starting to get a little bit warmer here in Texas and it's getting a little hot, a little bit uncomfortable. I got to turn off the AC that I have out here because when I film, I can't have that running in the background. But anyway, I just do it because it's a hobby because I like to make the videos and hopefully help people. But if he doesn't like me and doesn't think I'm a real gun reviewer, that's perfectly fine. I never claimed that I was. I always say I'm just a casual gun owner and collector. I'm not a tactical shooter, not a teacher, none of that. I'm just an average guy. So I responded, great, I hope you have fun and learn a lot. My content is not meant for newbies or casual gun owners, but rather serious enthusiasts, which I like to consider myself to be that way, because you guys know the types of guns that I'm into. I think that most of the views that I get on like the Glock 19 or the Ruger LCPs or whatever are just going to be people that aren't going to subscribe to the channel because they like B&T or HK or my commentary, and that's perfectly fine. They're looking for just information on a cheap gun that maybe they're looking at the local gun store or the gun shop or something. So my channel is not to be the one for you. Best of luck on your search. So I just wish him well. Sorry, you don't like my channel, you don't like me, that's perfectly fine. He replies, my Ruger Max rocks. Maybe you should try a high point. Well, I'm glad his Ruger Max, and I even say that in the range report. If it works well for you, great. Your hands might be different. You're a different person than I am. That's wonderful. I'm glad you bought a gun that you trust and rely on, and maybe I should try a high point. Well, even though I love really expensive guns and B&Ts and so forth, I'd love to try high point. I've never actually shot one. I'm not above that. Who knows? Maybe I'll like it. I replied, I'm glad it works for you. It doesn't for me. Just because it works for you does not mean it will for everyone. If you are not big enough to handle an opposing opinion or thought without being offended, then maybe gun ownership should be something you think about avoiding until you can. I think that this is really important. I noticed that like in the AK world, and I guess now I've discovered in the Ruger world, there's a lot of people out there that just want to feel justified in their purchase. You know, an example that I brought out here today is these stupid little AirPods. They're not really AirPods because they're not made by Apple. These are just little earbuds and little wireless earbuds that I use when I'm on the phone or listening to music or whatever. And my kids make fun of me because they're not real Apple ones. I actually own an Android phone, but I bought these on Amazon for 25 bucks and they work perfectly fine. For me, they do. Okay, so maybe they're not the most expensive, but guess what? I don't care. And if you go online, you're gonna find that there's a lot of negative reviews on these little $25 cheap Chinese Amazon AirPod knockoffs. Guess what? Doesn't bother me. I still use them. They work well, and if they wear out, I'll just buy another set. I don't need the $125 because I just don't care. So if you hate these and think these are complete garbage, and I will fully admit, I mean, they probably don't have the same sound and capabilities as the full ones, but it works well for me. So I guess what I'm saying is, if the Ruger works well for you, then go with it. That's all that matters, right? You don't have to be mean. I'm not going to go to other reviewers online and say, man, you don't know what you're talking about. You're an idiot. You better go review something else. Who cares? Really, literally, who cares? If they work for you, they work for you. Great. Then he replied, maybe the deal is Ruger refused to sponsor your channel. Well, the only sponsors I have are like Brownworks, who makes grips, and Big Daddy Unlimited, which I promote on my weekend videos. I only have like 33,000 subscribers on the main channel, which I don't do this for fame or fortune. I just do it because it's fun. I'm way too small. And you will actually discover, if you actually watched my videos, that there are videos from companies that actually sent me guns. Like, was it Lone Wolf has sent me a gun? Who else? North Star Arms, Shytac. So those three companies have sent me firearms. And I haven't had positive reviews on all of them. So just because I got a gun doesn't mean I was positive. I was pretty negative on that Shytac, and I've had a lot of problems with it, and I've documented every single one of those. So yeah, and then there's other companies that I actually know the presidents of, the founders. You guys know who I'm talking about, right? One of the, probably the coolest manufacturer on the planet of firearms right now. I personally know him. Well, I haven't met him in person, but I talked to him. And when I review products from his company, yeah, a lot of times I'm pretty glowing because I like the, the products, but like when I did recently the B&T APC 9K, I only gave it 4 out of 5 stars. So I was like, well, this is what I like about it, don't like about it. It's my personal preferences, and that's just the way it is. So if I was some type of shill, which obviously I'm not because I lose money on this channel, why would that matter? Why would I be upset about that? I mean, if Ruger sponsored my channel and sent me a LCP Max, I'd give the same review because it doesn't work well for me, and I don't want to give you guys information or promote a gun that I don't think is that good. Then he said, then I said, yes, you figured it out. Obviously, you have watched so many of my videos and can tell the guns I like and don't like are based on sponsorship. Your deductive skills are impressive. Obviously, I'm getting a little sarcastic there. If you think that makes you feel better about yourself and your purchase of a cheap entry-level firearm, then I am happy. You do you, Bob. I'm a libertarian. What you shoot, like, or don't like has no bearing on my life, happiness, or success. Your opinion of me also does not matter. Better people than you have hated me more. That's true. I know that I like to think that I'm pretty likable and charismatic, but let's just be honest, I'm not. There's some people in the world that for whatever reason don't like me, whether they've even talked to me or not, or they don't like the way I present, and that's perfectly fine. I've gotten over the fact that I can't please everybody a long time ago. So if you don't like me, well, don't watch my channel. I don't make the content for you if you don't like me. But if you do, great. If you kind of find me as middle of the road or someone that you can tolerate, and that's fine too. It doesn't bother me. I'm just happy to be on this earth, and every day that I'm here, I'm blessed. Trust me, I'm blessed beyond my wildest dreams. He replied, "No doubt you're a libertarian. And you have gone from a good little gun to a cheap entry-level firearm. Interesting. Could we say double-minded?" I've never actually heard that saying before. I've heard double, was it, you know, talking on both sides of your mouth or having double speak, but not double-minded. Maybe I will post that statement so your viewers can see the real truth. What do you think? Well, hopefully he does, or not, or whatever. Obviously, I'm doing it myself because I can say that the gun is cheap. It's a cheap entry-level gun. That's what the Ruger LCP Max is. And I know that some people will disagree with that. But let's just be honest, it's not designed to be an $800, you know, top-of-the-line tactical gun. It is designed to be a mass-produced, small concealed carry gun that is affordable and reliable. It's like a Toyota Camry. You know, you can have a Toyota Camry, you can soup it up. It can be a very reliable car and go 225 miles, or sorry, 225 miles, 225,000 miles, and you get a lot of wear out of it. And that's great. But it's not a BMW. It's not a Corvette. It's not a Porsche. And that's just the way it is. So don't go off trying to say, hey, my Toyota Camry is just as good as that Porsche. Well, they both do the same thing and they can both be reliable. But one's going to have some class and one's not. But there's nothing wrong with either. You know, if I had unlimited amounts of money and I'd probably drive a Toyota Corolla. I really would, because I don't really care. As a daily driver, I don't care. It's going to get beat up. It's going to get dings on it. Why do I want to spend any more money? It'd be like me buying these little AirPods. It just wouldn't bother me to have an expensive car if it's just something I'm going to, you know, go around town with. And then I said, please post it. I stand by it. But it is very obvious you did not watch my video. You had no idea the gun wasn't mine, and you have no idea what I said in it. It's a good little gun, but it's also a cheap entry-level gun. It's just not for me, and I thought it did not shoot well. Entry does not mean bad, but if you would like to post it, make a video, or the like, I welcome it. I'm actually going to be making a video on the Texas Gun Vault 2 about our interaction and demonstrate to my viewers about how mature people should respond online. I will be posting this entire conversation in your name. You are more, I gotta move this comment up. You are more than welcome to join in the conversation over there. So I really hope that Mr. Haynes does join us over here and can enlighten us. And I said I should have it up by tonight. Check out my other channel, Texas Gun Vault 2. And he said, great. Great. I will be sure to. All right. So maybe he'll come here and see all of this. Let me see how long I've been going here. 18 minutes. Oh my gosh. This is one of the longest videos on the Texas Gun Vault 2 ever. So anyway, that's the kind of stuff that I got to put up with. Now, it's really bizarre to me that people go around and just because somebody disagrees with them, they feel like they have to be adversarial. So I'm going to show you guys how to be a good internet YouTube commentator, or commenter, I guess I should say, when it comes to a video, maybe about a gun that you don't like, okay? So we're going to set this up, and let's just say that I went to the store and I bought I'm just going to throw out any gun here. I'm going to say I bought a Glock 19, okay? I bought a Glock 19, I come home, I unbox it, looking at it. I'm gonna go up to the internet in my computer here and see what the reviews are. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, look, Texas Gun Vault has a review of a Glock 19. So let's see what he has to say. Okay, well, apparently he likes some things about it and not likes other things, and he comes across saying it's okay, maybe it's not the best, generic. Well, I think I disagree. I'm pretty happy with my purchase. I've shot Glock 19s in the past and they shoot well. All right, I'm going to go on to another video. That's it. That's how you be mature about it. But instead of just going, hey, you don't like that gun? Well, you're an idiot. Well, he didn't call me an idiot, but I will say that. But he kind of implied it. You know, like, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not a real gun reviewer. Well, no, I'm not a real gun reviewer. I'm just a dude, just an average guy. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to document this and put this over here on the Texas Gun Vault 2, because this is not just, you know, a rare occurrence. I get this all the time. And this is, and most of the time, I just delete it because they get into cursing with me. And that's just, and that's just it. But why? Why do people have to be that way? If you're going to criticize my videos or critique my style, that's perfectly fine. But at least watch the video. I'll tell you a little story before I sign off here, because I know I'll probably bored most of you guys. As you guys know, I'm a musician. And I remember one of the most interesting interviews I ever saw with one of the greatest musicians of the 20th century. He was on a documentary. It was about Leonard Bernstein, you know, the famous composer, conductor. He was the principal conductor of the New York Philharmonic. He wrote the music to West Side Story. You guys know who he is, or at least heard the name. Very influential. And he was being interviewed by somebody, I want to say it was for like PBS or something. And the interviewer asked him, what piece do you absolutely hate to perform the most? And without hesitation, Leonard Bernstein said, oh, it's Bruckner's 8th Symphony. I hate to conduct that piece. And he went over to the piano in this interview and began from memory, not even knowing what the question was initially, just began to sit down at the piano and from memory began to play a piano reduction of Bruckner's 8th Symphony. Just describe. And while he's playing it, he's talking about why he doesn't like it. He's like, well, this is happening, he does this, this theme doesn't make any sense, this modulation isn't appropriate, and blah, blah, blah. He knew the symphony inside and out, and he hated it. He didn't like it. He thought it was a horrible piece of music. But he was such a genius that he knew the symphony from memory that he could sit down at the piano and play it. That's profound. Because when you dislike something, which is perfectly fine, everyone's entitled to their opinion about everything, at least have an educated opinion. That's what I try to do here at the Texas Gun Vault when it comes to guns. Like Kel-Tecs. In general, I don't like Kel-Tecs, and I can tell you why, but I give every Kel-Tec a chance. It may change my mind. If I come away with my same, opinion, that's fine. Maybe it changes. But give it a chance. And at least know and watch the video you're criticizing before you come on and say, well, you just need to sell the damn thing. I can't. It's not mine. And I mentioned that like 4 or 5 times in the video. So I can't take anything you say with any level of credence because you obviously didn't watch the video. So anyway, I just wanted to make this video to help you guys. So if you guys want to be a mature commenter on YouTube videos, at least watch the video and say something productive. So there you go. Just me being a little bit ranty today before I make another video here about something very different on the Texas Gun Vault, a non-tactical firearm. We have a Winchester Model 37A 20 gauge single shot shotgun that I'm going to do a little field strip on and replace a part on and tell a little story behind it. So there you go. So what do you guys think? Mr. Bob Haynes, I guess, talking out of the wrong side of his mouth? I don't know. You guys tell me. He could have at least watched my video. He seems like a nice guy, though. I tried to engage with him, and I hope he does comment here on the video. So let me know what you guys think. And as always, thanks for watching.